Gauther puts the ball in towards Bottles, who puts it in the back of the net. I cannot believe that has just happened. The comeback is on. Hello and welcome back to Hop to the Top. Hope you're doing well today as we take on Barcelona in the second leg of the first knockout round of the Champions League. We've got a 5-goal deficit to pull back against Barcelona, but we're at home, so surely we'll have the home crowd advantage. Surely we can do it there, get 6 goals against Barcelona without reply. Okay, even I'm not that deluded to think that we could actually do that, but we might be able to score a goal or two, which would be quite nice. Before we get to the Barcelona game, though, we do have the St Gallen game in the Swiss Super League, which is still a pretty tight division right now. We currently sit top of the table, but we'll talk about how the table looks in just a few moments' time. We need to go through the fixtures that you've had since you were last here, and we've played 3 of them. 2 of them were against Zurich, 1 was in the Cup, which was the first game, the Swiss Cup quarter-final. Randy Schneider scored the only goal of the game to make sure we win it 1-0. We then followed it up with another win against Zurich, this time in the league, with Schneider, Smith and Harvey Elliott all get themselves on the score sheet in the first half, which was superb. Before, we went 2-0 down to Zamax, which was very weird, before we came back with a brace from Tim Wright, a goal from Coley, only his second of the season, and Matthew Bottles getting his first goal for about 13, 14, 15 games or so, right at the end of the game as well, which was fantastic. So, the second half performance was brilliant. Hopefully today we don't have the repeat of last episode with a 5-0 defeat to Barcelona and then a weird 3-0 loss to Luzerne. Hopefully we actually go and beat St Gallen today, which would be brilliant. As I was talking about the league table a minute ago, we are currently top of the league table as it stands by a singular point ahead of Basel. We're actually 4 points ahead of Luzerne and 5 points ahead of Young Boys as it stands, and we actually are 6 points ahead of St Gallen. So it's all really tight still in this top 5. It's still anyone's title, but we are in a nice position to be 6 points clear of St Gallen, for example. Harvey Elliott is still the top goal scorer in the league, which is nice to see on 13 goals. We also are leading the yellow card table as well. I should point this out as well. 12, 12 and 11 yellow cards for our backline pretty much. And Jordan Boone's not too far away on 7 either. Biancone is on 6. Palmieri is on 6. Our discipline, we need to work on it. At the same time though, I think we can actually kind of be proud of that in a way too. Anyway, going into this first game of the episode against St Gallen, we have made a few tweaks tactically. First of all, we've changed Schneider from an advanced playmaker to a central midfielder on attack. And then we've also then changed Alex Smith to an advanced playmaker because I just didn't really think we were getting the best out of Alex Smith. His form this season hasn't been brilliant. It's not been anywhere near where he was the previous 2 seasons for us. So I think that's because the previous 2 seasons we've mostly played him as a playmaker, I think, if I remember rightly. So I think it's time to make him a playmaker once again. And Schneider, who, well, quite frankly, has been brilliant this season as a playmaker, as he was last season, I think actually could do pretty well as a central midfielder on attack, because it still uses some of the same sort of stats and attributes as an advanced playmaker. He's still there putting some killer balls through. He's still there making some good decisions. He's still got to do all this teamwork and work rate and have some good physicals. So I think it still suits him quite well. We'll see how it sort of goes. We might change it back because, of course, Schneider has been probably the player of the season this season. So I think we need to be careful with what we do with him. But I think to get Alex Smith back into the fray a little better, he needs to be that playmaker. Also, in a bid to try and get Bottles to score a few more goals, and now we've got a playmaker further up the pitch, we're making him an advanced forward. So hopefully he might score a few goals. And it worked last game because he actually scored against St Gallen. That was the first time we tried this new tweaked system. The lineup then is pretty much what you're used to. We've got Fruchtel in goal with Gauther now becoming the left back. I'm trying to get him playing more games and trying to get him better, essentially. Bajrami and Augusto make that centre-back partnership with Callum Brennan at right-back today because both Biancone and Felipe Cruz, or Felipe Cruz is suspended, sorry, but Biancone's got an injury, so they're both out for today's game. Palmieri and Schneider in the middle with Tim Wright, Alex Smith and Harvey Elliott in that attacking midfield trio. Tim Wright coming back into the first team and scored 2 goals last time out, so he's got to stay in the team. And then Bottles, who finally scored a goal last game off camera, is going to be starting up front for us today. So kickoff is upon us today in apparently -7-degree conditions. It's freezing out there on the pitch. I'm surprised the pitch isn't frozen. I don't think we actually have underfloor heating. I don't remember seeing that on like the stadium. In fact, let's have a click on it, shall we? Where is it? Let's Grund. There's no underfloor heating, so I'm not entirely sure how we're playing on this pitch because it must be frozen solid. Either way, like St Gallen come very close there. I was trying to think out who to say there, what team it was. It's St Gallen were playing. They come very close from a corner early on, but I think today the weather's going to play a massive part in today's game. The first half, though, is flying by without any sort of incident or highlight. Finally, a second highlight of the game. It looked like it's coming towards us as Gauther looks to put a ball into the middle, but it is tackled, and St Gallen coming forward in numbers. It's pretty much matched right now. We've left him open there completely. Fructal makes a very good save, but Augusto, what were you doing leaving him completely open like that? That was almost suicide for the Grasshoppers defence there, as we managed to get rid of the corner just about, but not really seeing any attacking intent from us at the moment. Maybe Alex Smith can do something right now as he passes out towards Harvey Elliott, who puts it up towards Matthew Bottles, who I think was offside. Maybe not because it's gone out for a corner. The corner's going to be swung in by Schneider. Schneider can't really get it onto the head of anyone, unfortunately. And it looks like it might be cleared, although we have retained possession. If Tim Wright can do something with it, that'd be quite nice. We've just won a free kick. A yellow card goes to the St Gallen defender there, but no highlight continuing there. So obviously we can't score anything from it. And that brings an end to the first half, which was very, very boring. Aggressively then, not happy with the performance out there. Everyone looks fired up by it, which is good to see. Really, I think we should have scored right at the end of that first half through Matthew Bottles. I think it was a bit of a sitter, I think, that he sort of missed. But hopefully, second half, we show some fitness. I think we are slightly fitter than the St Gallen side, so hopefully that plays into our hands. And we can just edge out a 1-0. As long as we just keep winning games, especially against teams around us in the table, I don't mind. But the St Gallen man, has he just been sent off? Yes, he has. Brilliant. Red card already been booked. He's been off. So now we've got an extra man advantage. We're going to go attacking instead. We've got to win this game now. It's ours for the taking as Tim Wright collects the loose ball, plays it inside to Randy Schneider. Randy Schneider into Matthew Bottles, who gets his second goal in 2 games. Switching the roles around a little bit and making him an advance forward has helped him out massively by scoring 2 goals in that advance forward role in 2 games, which is brilliant. Great header from Gauther to win the ball there. Tim Wright plays it inside to Schneider, who picks out that pass. Still is a playmaker role almost, because that is a playmaker-like pass, isn't it? Passing it straight through to him, although if he passed it anywhere else, it would have been quite cross. Either way, Bottles in the back of the net. You love to see it. Highlight straight from kick-off as well, which usually means someone's coming close or a goal is coming, and it looks like it could be for St Gallen. So they look to come forward with the ball, play it back out to the number 18 who cuts inside, plays it back, and actually Alex Smith can't get there. I thought we were going to get there. They still put the pressure on us. Come on, lads. Keep the high line up as Harvey Elliott gets a good tackle in there. Augusto back to Elliott, back to Callum Brennan. We're looking to build from the back now, and if we can get a nice bit of a counter-attack going, score a second goal, I will be over the moon as Schneider coming forward with the ball, plays it out wide to Tim Wright, who wins the ball. Tim Wright into Bottles. Bottles! Oh, hits the inside of the post. It bounces up and out and is cleared. That was really unlucky. What I've got to say, though, that is a fantastic response to their man being sent off. Scoring one, nearly scoring another. It's brilliant. Obviously, though, we've got to think about fitness because we do have the Barcelona game coming up. So we're going to bring Marin on for Palmieri, who's on a yellow card right now. Also tempted to maybe take off an Alex Smith to rest him up. So we'll bring Wirtz on for him instead. Gauther's looking pretty tired, but I think we'll play Boone next game against Barcelona just to sort of balance things out a little bit and give Boone some game time. Because Boone's done nothing wrong. It's just that Gauther's got the potential and we've spent £10 million on him. So I feel like we do need to use him. I am kind of regretting spending that money on him. But I've done it now, so that's that. And then the game actually comes to its close. So really not many highlights in it at all, but at least we got the clinical one, and that's by winning the game 1-0. Also means we put 9 points between us and St Gallen, which is huge. Basel also won, so we stay 1 point ahead of them. But Luzerne, we're now 6 points clear of them and 7 points clear of Young Boys. What happened to Young Boys? Young Boys and Luzerne drew 2-2, so that's really good for us. So fingers crossed we use this as a platform now to sort of get away from Young Boys and Luzerne and have a battle with Basel for the title. Either way, 4 days off now until the Barcelona game where we've got to score 6 goals. And judging by the game we just played, I mean, probably not going to score 6 goals. Bajrami is banned for the next league game, though, because he picked up another yellow card, which means that the race for the number 1 spot in the yellow card is getting really close now between Felipe Cruz, Bajrami and Augusto. Who is going to be the winner come the end of the season? That's the table that we're all looking at. Whilst I think about things, actually, we are currently in the middle of March, which means that Regen Day should be around the corner. I did mean to mention that right at the start of the episode, have completely forgotten about it, and here we go. It's actually here, and it's actually a decent one. We finally got some good players coming through after 2 terrible youth intakes. We finally got a 5-star rated player, which is fantastic. So let's have a quick look at the development centre and have a quick look at the youth candidate squad. Brilliant. Noah Poletti, he's a 5-star potential right wing, which is a position that we really need, actually. I say that, we've actually got Harvey Elliott there. We need backup to Harvey Elliott, and he can be backup for a while. We can sell Elliott on in future, and this guy can come in. He's 16 years old, already got 12 passing, 12 dribbling, or 11 dribbling, 13 crossing. He looks pretty decent, 14 determination, fairly professional personality as well. This is what we want. He looks fantastic. I reckon we give him the rest of the season in the under 18s, but next season we're going to make him the backup to Harvey Elliott, which is a little bit risky, but I think he needs to start getting some... We need to get him playing. I want to get him playing quickly. It also looks like we might have an understudy to Alex Smith, and if Alex Smith ever moves on, because we do get some big bids from him every now and again, this guy... Loretto Giusti. I'm going to pretend that the I is a silent I, and he's called Gusti. I like that. So Gusti is an advanced playmaker, attacking midfielder, 1.5-star current ability, 4.5 stars of potential. He looks like he could be decent as well. Got some good work rate, some good vision, some nice physicals. A bit aggressive, that's very aggressive actually. But we do like a good aggressive player. He's obviously going to be staking the claim for the most yellow cards in a season, so hopefully he'll be involved pretty soon. And actually, I've got to say, Fiore and Sanchez look pretty decent as well. Sanchez is the goalkeeper. We've got too many of those, so we're not really too fussed about Sanchez. But Fiore is an attacking midfielder across all those positions. He could be very, very useful in future. So I think these top 3 players... they could be used quite nicely in the future. Of course, if you want a regen named after you, get yourself onto the Patreon. If you subscribe to a certain level, that's one of the perks, having regens named after you. I'll put this screenshot up on the Patreon for already existing Patreons, although you've probably seen it before I've posted the video, because I would have posted it when I saw this. So a bit of inception there. Either way, if you've not claimed a player already and you want to claim one of these guys, first come, first serve basis, get yourself in the Patreon. So I've got to say, that was a nice little surprise before the Barcelona game. A nice pick-me-up. A really nice pick-me-up before we get absolutely battered by Barcelona. So a couple changes needed for the Barcelona game. First of all, Bajrami is suspended, which isn't brilliant. It means that we have to bring someone on the pitch for him, and it's got to be Sosa, who is actually looking very tired. He played against the youth candidates the day. I didn't really plan this out clearly, because Callum Brennan's also injured right now, which isn't brilliant either. So Brennan's got to come off for Cruz. It just means we are looking a little bit shaky at the back. Although saying that, Palmerio can play at centre-back, okay-ish, and then we'll just take Sosa out and we bring Marin on, who, of course, was a big issue last game when he basically gave away a goal or two. Either way, with a mixture of suspensions and injuries, this is the best lineup that we've got right now at our disposal. They're the only changes that we're going to make. So let's try and take on Barcelona. Remember, 6-0, that's all we need to do. 6-0, that should be absolutely perfect. As Gauther puts the ball in towards Bottles, who puts it in the back of the net. I cannot believe that has just happened. The comeback is on. Or it's not. It's not. It's just been taken away for VAR. You hate to see it. Offside, apparently. Offside. I refuse to believe it. You know, if we only win 4-0 or 5-0 now and we don't go through, it's because the VAR has diddled us completely there. Augusto gets in the way and Harvey Elliott looks to launch a bit of a counter-attack in towards Alex Smith, who gets on the end of the ball. I'm not entirely sure what that was, but I didn't like it. Ter Stegen, though, with a goal kick, which puts it back out to his defenders. Arta on the ball right now, coming forward into Boadu, Dembele. Barcelona looking to score an early goal themselves. We do manage to get an interception, but it goes as far as Declan Rice. He plays it out towards Griezmann, who can put it back to Reguilon, who can put it back into Declan Rice. They're playing nice football. Rodrigo, I mean, I was about to say we're not going to score, but, I mean, there we go. It now means we've got to score 7 goals in today's game against Barcelona, and I mean it's not impossible, and we might go and grab the first of those 7 now, as Harvey Elliott's been put forward, although it's just been intercepted, and Ter Stegen gets rid of it, and Barcelona looking to play out from the back like we did last time to score their first goal, which is a little bit worrying. So Harvey Elliott, though, gets a nice interception there, puts the ball across to Tim Wright. Come on, Tim Wright. Side netting. Barcelona, though, at the other end of the pitch, in the middle, it's cleared. Augusto hoofs it right up the field, trying to get it towards Bottles, but Bottles is nowhere near it, and Barcelona can just come back as straight again as Griezmann gets on the ball into the middle. Semedo still coming forward with it, gets it back out to Arta, hits the post, Dembele on the rebound. It might be another long afternoon for us. Come on then, let's counter-attack from this, boys. Let's counter-attack from this. Or do that. Again. We only wanted to focus on the league, didn't we? We just want to focus on the league, and we've done that today. We focused on the league and won 1-0. We put all our resources into that. If we didn't put all our resources... Oh, God. If we didn't put all our resources into winning that league game, we probably could have beaten Barcelona today, but we want to focus on the league. Come on, then. Come on, then. We scored a goal. I mean, we're straight back in this. We are straight back in this before half-time. All we have to do now is score another 9 goals after half-time, and we'll go through to the quarterfinals. I mean, what a movement from Bottles there into Harvey Elliott, who just places it past the keeper there. It's a fantastic goal. We gave him a head start because we wanted to make it fair. Nah, I tell you what, it's all about the league, isn't it? It's all about focusing on the league. I mean, take the scoreline away, it's actually a pretty close game. All right, let's just address something here. Only 9,900 fans have turned up for this game against Barcelona. It's literally, you would argue, the most important game Grasshoppers ever had, because it's the furthest they've got in Europe for a long, long, long time, and yet no one wants to watch us play Barcelona. I mean, I suppose they did watch the first leg, didn't they? And there was no point turning up for that. But you'd think we'd get a few more people turning up for this game, even though we were 5-0 down already. I'm a bit disappointed by that. But again, we are focusing on the league, and the fans echo that. The fans want to focus on the league instead. They're not bothered about Barcelona. They're trying to focus on the league. I mean, is there really much point making substitutes at this late stage when we are already 5-1 down? As Tim Wright, 5-2. The comeback's still on, lads. The comeback is still on. 9 goals is all we need. 9 goals, and then we'll win 11-10 on aggregates. So yeah, let's make substitutes then. Let's make some subs. Gauther can come off for Boone. I forgot about Boone. We meant to bring him back on the pitch, didn't we? Because he was... He's the reason we're losing, because we haven't got Boone on the pitch. That's what we're blaming it on. In that case, Maracucci can come on for Gauther, the youngster, which is exciting for him. Also, it's brilliant to see the entire back line on yellow cards as well, with Gauther picking up a yellow card as well. Florian Wirtz can come on for Marin as well, I reckon. We'll try that as well. Come on then, lads. 5 minutes to score 9 goals. I think it's doable. It's doable. A goal every 30 seconds or so, even a bit longer than 30 seconds if we want to. It's doable. I think we can do it as Harvey Elliott collects the ball, plays it up towards Matthew Bottles. Bottles is through. Schneider's even more through. Schneider, ter Stegen makes a good save. When you think about it as well, we've won the second half here. We actually won the second half because we scored a goal, didn't we? And they didn't score a goal in the second half. So we won the second half, which I think is reason to celebrate there. We may have been knocked out of the Champions League, but we won the second half of the second leg against Barcelona. That is progress. So we've been knocked out, but on the plus side, we have been given £8.18 million for playing in that first knockout round, which is mental, taking us back up to £45 million in the bank balance. We don't really get much more of a top-up in money, I don't think, until maybe the end of the season. We get like £2 or £3 million where we finish in the league table, which isn't really much when you compare it to other divisions. I don't know if we'll pick up more money from like Champions League TV money later on down the line. I don't really know, but that's kind of the money we're working with right now. It won't go any higher than that, really. We might stay around between 40 and £50 million. So we'll probably have like £30 million to spend next season, and that's all because of Champions League pretty much. And selling Illich as well was quite a big one, but mostly Champions League. Of course, now we are out of the Champions League, we can focus on the league table instead. That's what we want to focus on, and in order to do that, we're going to play Sion in the Swiss Cup semi-final next episode, because I think that's quite a cool one to do, because we always seem to lose to Sion in big games, so hopefully we can beat our bogey streak there. And then, of course, Zurich will do Zurich afterwards, because they are a big team that we want to play against. And after that, it looks like the final run of fixtures before the end of the season, which is exciting. So join me for next episode as we really start to turn things up a notch in the league title race. Hopefully get to a cup final too for third season in a row, and hopefully win it for a second season in a row. Obviously, we lost one time, didn't we, which was unfortunate, but that looks quite exciting. So join me there for that one. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have done, please do drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I'll see you next time for some more Hop to the Top. Have a good one. Goodbye.